All right, we have to clap in unison. Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Close enough. One more time. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Third Wheel Podcast. Welcome back, guys. I'm very excited today because I have one of my oldest friends in existence here on the show today. Writer, not director, but writer of our short film last year, Dream Girl. We have a Ronnie Smith here. Say hi, Ronnie.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Happy to be here.
First time on a show, or have you done this before?
I briefly made a cameo during your wedding festivities.
That is true. We have not put that episode together because we had some drama after that to where now we have to cut certain people out of the show.
Oh, dear.
I don't think I filled you in on this.
No, I did not.
Okay, I'll have to tell you off camera because it's pretty bad.
Oh, well,
Luckily, me and Maddie were fine. It was nothing to do with us, but like it did affect us for sure. Like people had to be cut off, and that episode's kind of been on the back burner for quite a while due to that. We got to like cut people out or blur faces. I don't know, but it was quite a show after the fact. We met. I usually like to go with like how did we meet and all that kind of stuff. So, and it kind of helps just like break the tension a bit. And this chair is really squeaky. Let me scoot forward a bit. Okay. All right. So we met a long time ago. We were 18 years old. We sat through the mandated class of like, hey, gay is cool and you have to be okay with it. You remember that?
100%.
Yeah. And so we sat through that. That was like an orientation of college. And then we kind of went our separate ways for a bit because there was like a month or two before college actually started. And then I accidentally ran into you at the college dorm. Mm-hmm. Not really super interesting stuff, so I thought we'd skip ahead to when the first time we did together, if you're okay with that.
Great. Awesome. Yeah. Why not, man? Why not?
You're a good storyteller, so do you want to start off with that?
Oh, God.
You don't have to, though.
So, no. Don't worry. I can go into it a little bit. So, are we talking about specifically the time to where we were supposed to go see Godzilla?
Is that what happened? Was it that time?
I'm pretty sure it was that time. We were supposed to catch the midnight release of Godzilla, right? And we didn't have our tickets yet. And I just remember I was like, hey, man, let's go try to catch this movie. It's going to be great. And we drove all the way down to the Houston Marquee, and we waited in line just for them to basically say, yep, this theater's full, so better luck next time. And we were like, well.
Here's what happened was we had early screening tickets. So we were going to see it like 6 or 7 days early. Yeah. And, of course, you're already kind of in the area. That is what happened because I caught a ride with you. I took a taxi. That's when we were late. I took a taxi to that theater. And then we waited in line, and they were full. So then we went back to your place. And then, you know what? That was the night we just decided, you know what? This will be my... I don't think that was my first time. We hung out with a bunch of people from India.
Oh, my God. You're talking about Yash.
Yeah. I
Yash.
forgot about that.
Okay, Yash.
Yeah.
Technically, that was maybe your first time. That's just the one I remember, because if you remember, after we got back from Godzilla, we went to... a trap house, essentially.
That was great.
And that was not great. That was like, oh, I'm about to get my boy stabbed.
Do you regret that? Because I don't. I was developing.
Certain layers of it I find regrettable. Let's just say that. And largely not seeing Godzilla, I think, was like the biggest spurn.
The biggest burn of the night.
Yeah, because all I remember is, okay, here we are enjoying our time. Let's get high.
Yeah.
And then suddenly we're sitting there and we're like, damn. We really fumbled that bag. We were supposed to see Godzilla.
Okay. Your normal guy though, who provides the what we can't, TikTok doesn't like when we talk about using of like substances, right? So I'm gonna say eating sandwiches, but everyone who's seen How I Met Your Mother knows eating sandwiches is actually a metaphor for something way more sinister and quite illegal. But you decided, hey, my normal guy who makes sandwiches isn't available. Mm-hmm. So you had another connection, as you usually do. Yeah. And you said this guy, his name was the Wizard. Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember this?
I remember this very briefly, but
do you remember what you texted him? Because we couldn't go to the Wizard directly. We had to go to one of his lackeys, one of his Igor type people. So
yeah, didn't I like say it in some kind of like metaphorical or like I wasn't straightforward about it way? I can barely remember it.
You were always like this too. You're just like, hello, Wizard. We would like to partake in whatever, yeah, so it was hilarious. But we met with a guy who I guess just delivered for him. We never actually met the Wizard, which was so disappointing. But yes, we were at a trap house, and he was a nice dude. He showed us how to roll it up and make it a foot long. Yeah. And we went to a school afterwards.
Which, by the way, definitely increases the charge if any of y'all are out there partaking.
Oh,
Don't happen to eat sandwiches on public school grounds. Might not go well for you.
What were we thinking?
We weren't.
Yeah,
that's the fun part.
Because okay. I didn't have confidence back then, and I just did literally whatever you said. So you said, "Dude, this is gonna be fine."
Great. Yeah. Well, sometimes, believe it or not, it actually is fine.
Yeah. That time did turn out fine.
Oh yeah, dude, it was great.
Yeah, and I tell you, I had an attitude back then, so I remember being like, "Dude, this stuff sucks." You're like, "Dude, just keep going." And it was a very blunt sandwich, and I remember that first time it really hit, and I was leaning back, and I just started laughing, and you were like, "Dude, how do you feel?" And I was like, just like I couldn't help it. And you turned on some kind of song. I don't know how we sat under a light. I was like, how did nobody think, hey, these guys are up to something? I didn't have tattoos back then. I wasn't this hardened criminal. I was a guy who finished his first year of criminal justice degree. And, I just don't know how nobody pulled up to us and was like, dude, either give us what you got because we want some or you're under arrest. Like, how did that not happen? We just got lucky?
We got lucky, but also the area I took you to was like, there's really only detention ponds back there, and then it connected over into a neighborhood. So generally speaking, especially at it must have been like 11 at night or something. Not a whole lot of traffic,
Yeah.
Now the other time I think of a lot is there was this one time we literally just parked in a parking lot next to Sam Houston Village, man. And we literally, if you remember, laid on top of my car and we're just staring at this guy with music played out of my car, literally still on, just like, man, this is crazy. I think it was Maroon 5's new album or some nonsense like that.
I forgot about that.
And we were like, bro, this is transcendental.
I think that was Jack in the Box. I remember we went to Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
You it made me try their wedges, which was really good, and I still eat them now. But the time I'm thinking of was behind a dumpster of the movie. It wasn't the movie theater, but it was like a bank or something. There was a dumpster that was enclosed in wood, and we sat there, and the trash guy pulled up, and the trash truck has that light on top that flashes orange, and we're both sitting there baked out of our minds, and you look over and you're like, oh shoot, it's the cops. And I was like, oh no. And I was like, dude, I'm about to have a heart attack. Yeah. I'm a CG major. I want to be a policeman. And I got the sandwich in my hand. I was like, we're done for. And do you think he saw us? It was a trash guy.
Oh, he 100% saw us. There's no doubt.
Okay.
And if he didn't see us, well, let's just say he could smell the sandwiches. There's no doubt he could have
baked ham if I've ever seen it.
A baked ham. What some like to call the urban cologne was all over us.
I mean, he didn't try to talk to us or anything. He just dropped the trash off and took off, dude. Yeah,
100%.
Dude, my heart sank that day. I thought it was over. That's when the dopamine rush started hurting my head because it was really just pounding really bad. But good times, and we will have many more good times since then. I'm excited today. Is there anything you want to talk about in particular? Because I got stuff we can talk about. But did you have anything you were like, man, I want to go over this?
Well, so one thing for sure is I always look back fondly to one of the few ever times I tried to actually put my movie opinions out online was when we tried that Google blog or whatever the hell it's called. It was like Google Plus or something like that. I can't remember. They were pushing it, and we tried to do a movies guy thing. And I remember writing, let's see, I think a review for Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Just to kind of date when this happened. And I just remember I was, and this is even more embarrassing to admit, but I was writing review for, because I was really into anime, obviously back then. That was my sole fixation. I was just how many shows have you seen? Oh, under 100 trash.
Yeah.
Get better.
Well, the number back then was 50. So I was like, come on, I'm almost at 50. I watched really short stuff, the movies. You said movies counted. So I latched onto that. I was like, yes, movies. I had my anime list.
Yeah.
And I got to 50, but I cheated so hard. This counts as a 5-second short film.
But what was great about it, man, was, I was writing some anime reviews for my account, and then you kind of pitched that idea, and I was like, yeah, man, let's do it.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things I learned very quickly was I'm far better at articulating my viewpoints verbally than actually writing it down.
Really?
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm decent at writing stuff down, but at the end of the day, it's one of those things where I always feel when I'm speaking, I can almost swear by 100% what I said in the moment. But whenever I write something out, I'll overthink it, relook at it, and by the time I hit send, I relook at it again. I'm like
I hated this.
I hated it.
Yeah,
terrible. Yeah.
Well, I remember your Elfenlod review. Is that
great? That's how you say it, Elfenlod.
Yeah. Oh my god. You really spoiled me early on with like this show sucks and here's why, and I was like, he's right, by golly. You know? And, yeah.
And what's even worse, man, is so whenever I watched one, that was one of the, God, I want to say it was a freshman year of high school, something like that. I ended up watching Elfenlod for the first time, and it really, I had been into anime in the sense of like I watched Inuyasha or Dragon Ball, stuff like that. Basically the Adult Swim, Toonami stuff, right? And in high school, I was like, all of my friends were really getting into anime, and they just started to pitch out these laptops for us to use. And I was like, I'm about to download so much on this external hard drive. I'm about to just watch this stuff. So Elfenlod was one thing. So here I am, freshman year of high school, at the lunch table watching Elfenlod, which is not a great place to be watching the show, bro. And dude, it immediately hooked me, which is crazy because it's so bad. Yeah, like it's
awful.
It is shock value. What's even worse is the manga's even worse. Like we're talking about. You
told me about that.
Yeah, man. Like takes every fetish like element that the anime like plays with and doubles down on it. I'm just like, I don't know what about this is making it work for those over in Japan, but let's just say for my American sensibilities, I'm good, man. This is too much.
You even told me, you're like, okay, now imagine the manga. You said take all these characters that have no purpose other than to like make the plot more complicated. Now add like 5 more characters because the manga has like 5 more. I was like, no way. Yeah,
truly awful. And then what's crazy is, and this was, I want to say this came out kind of after we stopped talking a little bit, but it was called Brynhildr the Darkness. Did you ever hear about this?
You told me about this one, I think.
Okay. So it's basically same writer as Elfenlod.
Okay.
Same type of, here's some schoolgirl-esque character archetypes that have weird, wacky powers that are also gruesome and messed up, right? Like same kind of gambit. And I was just like, this is just Elfenlod, but worse. And I was like, he is devolving as a writer.
Worse. You can't tell me that.
Okay, here's the thing. It's worse in the sense that the writing's worse, but it's also classier. It has a bit more tact, so it's not as trashy as Elfenlod. But like at the end of the day, when you're dealing with garbage, like the trash in Elfenlod was all there really was to cleave onto. So
it's the same trash, man.
Yeah, dude. Just
yeah.
So I remember that show just.
Now, how upset were you about the Berserk guy dying?
Mira?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Mira and Toriyama. Oh God, both of those broke my heart.
Yeah,
both of them broke my heart.
Toriyama?
Yeah, Dragon Ball.
Okay,
creator of Dragon Ball.
Okay.
So Toriyama died, Mira died, and I'm sitting here going, God, I hope Oda or Togashi, Togashi being the guy that does Hunter x Hunter, and then Oda being One Piece, right?
Yeah.
I look at these cats and I'm just like, man, I know their health's not that good, and turns out, and this is just surreal to me, but being a mangaka has very poor health expectations, I guess. Like, I don't know if they just don't work out enough, eat well enough. Yeah. Maybe it's the chain smoking that got Mira. I don't know.
Well, it's got to be a stress thing because the guy that wrote, well, I guess it's Korea, so maybe I'm just racist. The guy that wrote Squid Games, which, did you like that?
I thought it was okay.
The first season,
I enjoyed it enough. Yeah,
I don't know about the second season. I didn't watch the whole thing, but the first season, he was so stressed his teeth fell out. The first season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, like, maybe it has to do with, like, the weight and the pressure of writing such a big show like One Piece or Berserk. I don't know about the Berserk guy. The Berserk guy kind of gave up way before he died. Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong. Like,
so he gave up, but not a George R.R. Martin give up.
Yeah.
It was more like I'm clearly throwing in the towel because
so many cans of worms. By God, we have to talk about all these now.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But the thing with Mura was, man, is he had a very and this is a well-documented thing. I'm not making this up. He had essentially a giant addiction to Idolmaster, which is this.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, he was really into Idolmaster.
A game?
And it's a game, yeah. And it's like a total opposite of what you would think of when you think of Berserk. Berserk, you think, oh, wow, Western fantasy with a mixture of, like, dark and gothic elements with all of this.
This guy's playing Lego Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, no, he's literally playing build my own idol band to make sure the girls like are well paid. Like I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? And he got really addicted to that stuff, and it was always a joke. He's like, oh, he'll release a new Berserk chapter whenever he needs more money for Idolmaster.
Yeah.
And unfortunately the joke turned into, oh, he said he was coming back and he was releasing like a chapter once every like 8 months, a year and a half.
A chapter.
Yeah,
and
a chapter.
Did Guts ever get off the boat?
He did get off the boat.
Okay.
He did. In fact, I would say that the last chapter that Mira ever released, if you just want to take that as a can end, I'll do it. Is it satisfying? Maybe not, but at least everyone isn't dead, and there's maybe some hope that's alluded to. The problem is we're never going to see that hope actually translated into an actual story because they're still trying to write it. Like they have a guy that's
a ghostwriter or whatever.
Yeah, no, can't do it.
Is it bad, or you just haven't done it?
Yeah, I just haven't done it.
I understand.
Can't bring myself to do it, dude.
If whoever finishes Game of Thrones, it's not gonna be George R.R. Martin, guys. I'm sorry, I'm calling it now. Yeah. I've been calling it 15 years ago when you and I met each other.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
It's just not gonna happen. And I said that with Berserk too. Now, admittedly, I had less of a dog in the fight for that one. And I was just talking out of my rear end, but I had an inkling, like, if they're just not going to do anything, they're not going to finish. I was into Game of Thrones like that back then, but just hearing him say, I'm at 70% done for 10 years, talking about George R. R. Martin now, like, what, 10 years? He's been 70% done with the book?
Yeah,
and
it's insane. Well, and here's what's crazy, man, is with the show basically creating the perfect antithesis to anyone who's a George R. R. Martin fan. They can just instantly say, oh, Game of Thrones, masterpiece. What the show did, though, terrible. So he's actually would be, believe it or not, I think financially dumb to actually even release that final book. Because like I said, the book he never releases is a masterpiece. Everyone's already convinced. They were like, oh, dude, it's so much. It's going to be so much better than the show. The show clearly took any good ideas and just ruined them. Right. So at the end of the day, why would he bother confirming anyone? Because at bare minimum, he's going to release the book and people will be like, damn, that's not as good as I wanted it to be. To where like if he never releases it, it'll be like, the idea of that book is going to be better than anything that he could probably write.
I don't personally think he's thinking that way about it. I think he thinks in his mind he's going to finish it. Personally,
I hope so.
Yeah, but he's not. He's not going to. Like he's lazy, is what it is. 100%. And like the internet hates you saying that. You know, like let him do his thing. But yeah, he's just like, I don't know. And like I can't write what he did. He made Dance of Dragons so complicated for no reason. You know, like I want to say there was a reason at the time, but like, it translates to Winds of Winter, and he's like, he can't finish the dang thing because he made Dance of Dragons so stupidly complicated to where there's all these characters now, and they were all doing something super important that sounds great on paper, except it's not on paper. He can't get it on paper, so I don't know. It's so disappointing. But 9 of the 7 Kingdoms looks pretty good. What do you think?
We'll see.
Yeah,
because that's pretty much where I'm at.
It's based on a book that's finished.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Duncan Egg, right?
Yeah.
Or the novella.
Which is done. Yeah. But like at the end of the day, you always run into the course of how will the adaptation be? You never know.
Yeah.
So
that's true, but they have a better roadmap than they did with Game of Thrones. You know what I'm saying? And that's where Game of Thrones fell off, was like they had nothing afterwards. See,
that's the thing though. You can have someone with like for instance, just Wheel of Time. I had a decent roadmap for that. Those books were done for eons, and it still was kind of not my bag. Same thing with like Sandman. Yeah. Didn't like what Netflix did to Sandman. Just like was totally lukewarm on it. Sure. I don't even think it was necessarily bad. I was just like I was like looking at the source material and then looking what I got. And the thing that hilariously enough I was the most chagrined by was in the comics. It feels like it's a part of the DC universe. Like there's actual like Constantine and all of that stuff. And then I'm watching the show and it feels like it's its own separate thing. And I was like, I'm going to be honest, the esoteric dark fantasy elements I thought were super interesting because they juxtapose to like these different elements in comics that you're already like super familiar with. And Netflix had different priorities.
I think you're kind of describing the Venom standalone films where it's just he's a Spider-Man villain. However, we're not going to bother. And they really couldn't because everyone had Tom Holland, but it was, I don't know. We got Madam Web. They could have brought those up.
Dude, okay, so we haven't actually talked about these, but let me tell you, man,
I swear to God, if you say Venom was good,
no. God, no. No.
I hate those people.
Eddie, let's ruin the franchise. Like, no, terrible. What I was going to say is if you remember, man, back in college, whenever we watched the greatest disappointment probably in our lifetime, which was Amazing Spider-Man 2, truly cataclysmically bad. Sony came out the gate after the movie and was just like, yeah, man, we're going to have like a Aunt May spinoff show and then like a movie about Peter Parker's parents. And I remember everyone collectively groaning and was just like, what the hell
What
are y'all
is
talking
this?
about? Why would
Yeah.
y'all do that? He has so many different characters and things. Like, if you want to do Spider-Man spinoffs,
Yeah.
at least pick someone that's interesting. Well, unfortunately, even if they picked someone that was interesting, they weren't up to snuff. Because I'm
No.
going to be honest, man, Craven the Hunter, great character.
I love
Craven's
that movie
Last
so
Hunt.
much.
You do not love that movie.
I do, but not because it was good.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Don't,
Dude.
don't misunderstand me,
Dude,
brother.
I'm about to say.
Let's talk about the Sony Spider-Verse. F it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We could do that, bro. But what I
Yeah.
was saying was, it's so funny to me
Yeah.
watching these films just trip over themselves and like attempt to not only simultaneously market themselves as like a Spider-Man spinoff, but then also want anything except that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, for one, the one point that I always think of is which one has Michael Keaton's Vulture just show up?
Oh,
At the end.
the Homecoming.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
You're talking about when he shows up out of nowhere.
Yes, he showed
Morbius.
more than time. That's it. Yeah, more. Dude,
I saw it.
slight swerve.
I saw that in theaters.
Oh, me too.
Oh yeah.
Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Man,
That's a good
it's crazy that the Tron franchise created the ultimate sacrifice to destroy Jared Leto's career. They were like, I'm taking him with me, and then it blew up at the box office
Yeah.
and fiery failure. And I was like,
You think he's done now?
I hope so.
Really,
Dude, how does he? I'm gonna be honest. He's done, or his agent is Satan himself. Like,
Yeah.
that's the only way he could get these deals, bro. Like, I've seen nepo babies burn out faster than this cat,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
this dude was only the lead singer for 30 Seconds to Mars. So I really don't know who he has in his corner.
That's what we call an industry plant.
Yeah, dude, something like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Because he was Joker for like 10 seconds of a terrible film.
Yeah,
So yeah, like you said, his agent is just like, I hate this guy.
dude, how does he get away with it?
Yeah.
Like, so he's like, for instance, I think of things that he's good in just off the top of my block, and it's a short list, right? So like, Requiem for a Dream.
Okay.
He's pretty good in that movie. Massive bummer. Have you seen that movie?
No.
So Darren Aronofsky, very downer bummer movie,
Sure.
but he's good in it.
Okay.
Lords of War, Nick Cage. Have you seen that?
No.
So directed by Ridley Scott.
Oh.
He played. I know. Yeah. Some say every time Ridley Scott's make a movie, God flips a coin.
Yeah.
But Lord of War is one of those times that landed on heads, and it was actually
That's
pretty
good.
good.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Nick Cage has an amazing.
Good actor. He doesn't pick a good movies all the time.
No, see, he also has a great agent.
Yeah.
To where he told his agent, just like, I want everything that pays. And it was like, we got you, bro. This check will clear for $50. And he was like, I'm in.
Well, he's like, give me all the eggs and bacon you have. No, I don't think you heard me. I
Yeah.
think you said a lot of eggs, a lot of bacon. No, I said I want all of it.
But Lord of War, man,
Yeah.
that's a good movie. And Jared Leto plays Nick Cage's brother, if I remember correctly, in it. And he's also pretty good. But like, besides those two films,
He's good in supporting roles. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
or sorry, he's in American Psycho
I was
briefly,
about to bring
trying
that
to get the reservation at Dorsia
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
yeah. And then what? Okay, not a great movie, at least according to Rotten Tomatoes. But what's the one with Angelina Jolie as a drug addict and they escape from their house that they're in with Winona Ryder?
Jared Leto.
He's in it. He's the boyfriend. He's a supporting role. He's not like in the movie. You know what I'm talking about?
Came out in 2000s
Yeah,
or
something
late
like
90s.
that. Something like that. I mean, those are pretty close together. So I'm surprised you're drawing a blank here. You're the Wikipedia.
Yeah, it's not in the Rolodex, man. You
Yeah,
know,
if
sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not.
You are the codex when I pause the game and say, I'm going to read more about this marauder I just killed.
Yeah, here's the 5 pages of lore you didn't care to know.
I'm surprised you're drawing a blank here. Okay.
Yeah, no, hey, dude,
You've
sometimes
seen a lot of films though, so it's like
sometimes it gets lost in the
thousands.
sauce, man.
Yeah, I
like
get
you
you.
said, Angelina Jolie, and like my brain went to like Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Oh my
no,
God,
it's not
shut
that.
up. I hate
Or I
you.
went to Wanted, and I was like, no, it's not that.
no. Why are you picking the worst ones? Well, actually, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I kind of like.
I'm about to say Mr. and Mrs. Smith's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it rides and dies off of Jolie and Brad Pitt's chemistry,
I'm not
but
gonna
like,
lie, I was kind of sad that they're not together anymore. Actually,
yeah, but you know,
Yeah.
Hollywood.
I know, but I
relationship,
was
man.
like, there's just some people that when you're born and you see them together, you just think mom and dad are always gonna stay married. you
yeah,
know?
yeah,
They
yeah.
just don't.
And then you grow up and you realize, damn,
Yeah,
he took
okay.
the house and the dog.
But let's go backwards. We were talking about the Sony verse here, and we somehow got stuck on Jared Leto. But Morbius, fantastic film. I morbed 7 times watching it, and I'm sure you morbed more than that.
So, if by morbing you mean was like 5 seconds for making out with a shotgun, yeah, I was about to morb really hard. It was somewhere between Matt Smith dancing. that I was just like, so we're walking out of the theater, or
Bro, the movie just started. It's getting good.
No.
You know, now we're cooking with petroleum.
yeah, dude. Now here's a question.
Yeah,
Here's a
yeah.
genuine question.
Sure.
Venom notwithstanding, so we're talking about Morbius, Kraven the Hunter,
Okay.
and then Madam Web. I think those are the only ones besides the Venom movies, right? That are the standalone Sony Spider-Man,
Yes.
whatever the hell.
I'm remembering 3 dancing Spider Women, but that was Madam
Yeah.
Web.
So which is the best of those 3? Not which one you like the most, because I'm assuming that's Kraven the Hunter based off of how you're talking. But which one do you think is objectively?
Well,
the best one?
objectively, the worst. The process of elimination is Madam Web.
100%,
Yeah.
no doubt.
Yeah. So
Sydney Sweeney's could not save it. Could not do it.
no, but she was but she was like trying to play a kid, and I was like, dude, she is fully figured.
Yeah.
There's no way she's in middle school or whatever it was, high school. Yeah, not happening.
And then what? You have 50 Shades of Grey lady Dakota Johnson in there. You're like, damn.
I think
what are we
Madam Web
doing
though
here?
had the best costumes.
Yeah, some of the suits look
Yeah.
pretty good.
Mhm.
Some of the spider
So-
suits look pretty for the 3 seconds they were on screen. Yeah.
Poor lady. She tried with that film, but I mean, Sony, man, they were like, we're cranking these out. You're on the Aunt May prequel project now. Let's see. Okay, it's between Kraven or Morbius. I think Morbius, I feel like both directors gave it their all.
Yeah.
They really, really tried. I guess Kraven. I'm gonna have to go with Kraven. Like
I think Kraven's probably the best one
yeah,
too.
it had a good villain. Not a good villain. I'm sorry. It had a villain.
It had a villain, yes.
Yeah. I brought this up a lot on the show, but what's his name that played in Russell Crowe?
Yeah, Russell
He's
Crowe.
in every failed cinematic universe.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Yeah, he
And
plays Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
He's in
and,
every flagship.
the
film.
MonsterVerse Mummy Collapse, and then he was he's also what's his name, Zeus
Yeah.
in Love and Blunder.
Uh-huh. Which is like the first like big project after Endgame. One of the first where it's
Yeah.
like, okay, this is a new direction we're going. Russell Crowe. That's a sign of the end times for any universe falling apart.
It's time.
Yeah.
He shows up. It's
Man
over.
of Steel, and then of course Batman v Superman, and then what else? He's in all of them.
Don't worry. I'm sure he'll be in Jurassic Park the next one. Just wait.
Don't even start with me on that. Are you still a fan of those?
So I was not a fan of. So here's how I feel about those. Okay,
Yeah,
I think there are 3 Jurassic movies that are worth your time. It's
Okay.
Jurassic Park 1,
Okay.
Jurassic World, and I actually like Rebirth. I actually like
Okay.
like
A lot of people
Rebirth.
did.
But for me, those are the only 3 that I can really mess with. I think the other ones are. I think Fallen Kingdom and Dominion are pretty awful, but like in like an exceptionally corporate way
Yeah.
that feels like long-winded and boring, to where like The Lost World and Jurassic Park 3, while are both pretty bad in their own right, have like these. It might just because it's a time period of filmmaking that I'm nostalgia for, but like for instance, Joe Johnston's the one who directed Jurassic Park 3, right? For instance, a movie of his that I really, 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 really like is, and this is not a most popular opinion, but I really like Captain America: The First Avenger.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of elements that are very
He directed that.
Spielberg-esque.
Yeah.
That captures this almost Indiana Jones-esque vibe to the film, which obviously makes sense with Indiana Jones fighting Nazis.
Sure.
He's now fighting Nazis, stuff like that. So it's one of those things where I was like, man, I really appreciate this director now. Let me try to go back and watch JP3 with an open heart. And yeah, it's only saving grace is that it's short and Sam Neill's in it. But
That was my favorite growing up for some reason because, well, I say for some reason, because the most people die, has the most action,
Yeah.
so to speak, as a kid. But
Yeah.
of course, obviously, they zoom in on those CGI dinosaurs and they look awful, you know.
dude,
and
not
then,
great.
And then you're the one who told me about the Spinosaurus only being eating fish, you know, and then it's like, oh, now it can kill a T-Rex. I was like, you
Yep.
know, that doesn't make a lot of sense. So
I want to say his name was Jack Horner, was the paleontologist who basically oversaw the original 3 Jurassic Park
fire
films.
him.
Yeah. So one, he actually, and this is what's funny, in college, I can't remember why I wrote this paper. It was for like an English class. So we had to do like a research paper. So naturally I picked studying the olfactory system of the
Yeah.
Tyrannosaurus Rex, and specifically identifying why, by any estimation or measure, it's clearly a predator. The whole scavenger theory at the time was just totally out of whack. And he basically came up with this really crackpot theory that a creature with like the bite for bite pound ratio enough to like potentially break through steel, for some reason only used that to like eat corpses. Yeah, I could run 40 miles an hour like in the split of like 7 seconds, but it definitely didn't hunt or chase down anything.
Yeah.
It was like, well, no, his olfactory system's super well developed, so he can, like, smell dead flesh from miles away. I was like, yeah, but then in the same vein, you also argued like previously that he was also like a maternal figure that also would like take care of his kids, thereby hunt extra food for that children. So
Yeah.
usually a scavenger isn't also someone that would provide for a family. They would usually kick the, children out of the nest or whatever. So it's like one of those things to where obviously the science in Jurassic Park is going to be loosey-goosey. I'm not saying that it needs to be airtight, but yeah, dude, let's just say the Spinosaurus aegypticus did not look like the one in Jurassic Park 3. The one in Rebirth actually is far closer to what the Spinosaurus actually was like. So I thought that was nice.
Well, I mean, Jurassic Park in general has been kind of discredited with the dinosaur designs, like now apparently they look more like birds now, they look like the snipe from Up.
Believe it or not, they're actually kind of moving away from that. So, so the idea is younger variations would have a bit more of a feathery outline, but as the older the creatures would get,
off.
the feathers fall off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so revealing a bit more of the sort of, again, not really the amphibian / like reptile skin that we see, but like more like the kind of scales you would see on like birds and their feet and stuff like that.
I'm actually quite surprised that you didn't enlist The Lost World as like one of the better ones. Why is that?
So here's the thing with The Lost World.
I saw it when it came out or whatever.
Yeah. So here's what it is. So one, a lot of people give it credit, obviously, because Steven Spielberg's involved with it still. Here's the thing. Steven Spielberg, as someone who really loves him as a filmmaker, by the time The Lost World came out, that he was going to make it, one, no one really wanted to write this book.
Mm-hmm.
Universal basically told Michael Crichton, like, hey, man, we're gonna give you a fat check, but we need a sequel to Jurassic Park because Spielberg we're gonna get him to make us a sequel, man. So not only did Michael Crichton essentially get forced to write the book, right, but then Spielberg, who, by the way, changed a lot. Like, we're talking about he did Schindler's List.
Yeah.
Let's just say the whimsy and childlike wonder that was layered in stuff like
E.T.,
Hook, E.T., Jaws, even spookier stuff like Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Sure. There was a bit more of this bright-eyed wonderment that Spielberg had to a lot of his movies.
Yeah.
And he transitioned from that to gritty realities of like war, right? And you can kind of tell in The Lost World that the magic really ain't there. That's why the dinosaurs are more vicious, more brutal. There's a lot more
eating of people and blood and girls dying.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. Well, see, it has that, but then you also have stuff like, dude, I can't get over the gymnastics kill on the raptor, bro. Yeah, can't do it. I can't. That scene. What's so sad is I love the way the raptors look in that movie, like the tiger stripes with the orange and black. I think that is clean. I love the way the two Rexes look with the baby T-Rex. I think that's a great animatronic. The problem isn't the dinosaur scenes. The problem is all the connective tissue, like Vince Vaughn's Greenpeace bullshit that he has going on. I can't stand in the movie, and I like Vince Vaughn. I know that's controversial to say, but
no, I like Vince Vaughn.
Dude, I like him, but like, it's one of the things to where I was like, he feels more like the leading man in the movie than Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum for me is actually like the biggest problem because, dude, he's basically polar opposite to who we saw in Jurassic Park 1. I understand if like maybe Malcolm changed as a person or whatever, but in that movie we see a womanizing, egotistical rock star, basically, right?
Yeah.
And turns out, no, he was actually a caring family man who's responsible and is just trying to make things right. Yeah. And maybe, the event at the park is what changed his character, all that, but all of that happens off screen. What it comes down to is it felt like in Jurassic Park 1, he was playing a character, Ian Malcolm, and then in Jurassic Park The Lost World, he's just playing Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah. Actually, that's a Jeff Goldblum problem, is that he does it now with all his films where he's just literally playing himself. He does that in what something Master in the Marvel films.
He plays in Thor Ragnarok. He plays the Grandmaster.
Yeah, so he's playing himself, and then even freaking Independence Day Resurgence, he's playing Jeff Goldblum again. No. Yeah, I'm not gonna open the can of worms. I'm just gonna crack the lid so that which we may smell. But yes.
I want to know what smells the most about that movie, man. Is I'll never forgive them. What happens to? Isn't that they take Bill Pullman, the guy who played the president, and have him do a false bullshit sacrifice, dude. It was one of those things where just like I was like, so we're walking out of the theater, or like, are we leaving? Like
I love these catchphrases you come up with here. I've used quite a few since we've met. So, but yeah, Hold on, where were we at though? Who did Vince Vaughn play in?
The Lost World.
Yeah,
He played basically the
is he the one the T-Rexes ate up at the?
No, that's the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Okay.
That's the Fatso. Eddie is the character's name.
Right.
Sorry, I remember this, folks, but
that's the only characteristic he remembers. So
that he's fat and gets killed like those guys from Lady and the Tramp. The T-Rexes just bite him apart like it's a spaghetti.
Thing he's gonna remember about this episode too is like, yeah, who's that Fatso I sat with at the
that's right. That's
in
right.
my room.
No, fool.
Anyway, continue.
So Eddie is the guy you're thinking of, who is essentially like the tech guy. He's the one that has the sat phone and all that stuff. Vince Vaughn's character is essentially a plant that Hammond sends with the research team because he is known for doing dirtier, more guerrilla style work against corporations and stuff like that. So I think he's a part of Greenpeace literally. I can't really remember if he's exactly part of it or it's just some adjacent.
Cool.
But he basically was sent to the island just in case that other group of people that, you know, Hammond didn't send, the engine sends to like collect the animals and take them off the island. He was sent to basically make sure that doesn't happen.
Okay.
So that's when he decides that it's totally morally justified to unlock all the cages for the dinosaurs to murder all these filthy human corporatists that are just trying to
sick.
What you call discovery, I call rape of the natural world.
Yeah. Oh, you brought up something I want to talk about. Hold on. Oh, you said like people hate Vince Vaughn. Like, I don't know. It's as I've gotten older, it's like it's hard for me to like criticize actors. I understand maybe like I don't know. Like we say like, oh, their agent hates them. You know, it's like it's their agents picking out these bad roles. I mean, they could, I guess, in theory, read the script and be like, hey, you know, I'm just gonna jump out of this. You know, I guess, but. I don't know, like someone like Adam Sandler. I hate all his movies. Honestly, like I've tried to watch the older ones. I haven't seen Happy Gilmore, but I've watched like Anger Management. You know, and I know it's got a low Rotten Tomatoes score, but I was like, it's an older Adam Sandler film. People like it, so I'm sitting here trying to like it. I just can't. But he's a good actor. Like, what's that basketball movie he did where he's like the recruiter? Do you see?
Yeah, it was. So I haven't watched it yet, but I heard it's good.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
He's a great actor.
So you want to know the only? So I'm a professional Adam Sandler hater.
Yeah.
Since day one.
Little Nicky was the worst thing I've
Don't
ever
even
seen
want to talk about it. But you want to know what's the one good movie he ever did? I'll swear by it right here.
Click.
Wedding Singer.
Oh, nice.
I like Wedding Singer.
Did he not direct?
No, he did not direct
it. It's not an Adam Sandler film though, is it?
See, that's the thing. I'm not sure. It's still early in his career, so I'm not sure if he kind of had the whole production studio that he then started just pumping and dumping these like Big Daddy, Happy Gilmore, all this nonsense. Which I know that people are soft on those movies. Like I get it. Sure. You know. For me though, Wedding Singer, for my money, that's one of his best films. I think it's funny.
That's Vince Vaughn or Owens. Who's his co-lead in that one?
Oh no, in Wedding Singer.
I'm thinking of Wedding Crashers.
I'm thinking of Wedding Crashers, and that's
I have not seen either one though, Wedding Singer or Wedding Crashers. To be honest with you,
you know they actually just did a re-release of Wedding Crashers. Okay, or like it's something anniversary, and I was like, is it still cool to talk about this movie? Like,
it is now. It's all we got.
Because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. When you look at the plot, it's kind of like when someone brings up Animal House in the year of our Lord 2025. I'm just like,
oh no,
are we sure about that?
Yeah. Okay. So like, what's in that movie that's like doesn't hold up now?
It's a little sexual assaulty. You know, it kind of bends into that boomer 80s humor to where it was, let's just say, very much for the sake of the and the giggles. Mm-hmm. They were so worried about on if they could, they never stopped to think if they should. Kind of like Revenge of the Nerd.
Yeah.
With the whole like, we're gonna take naked pictures of these girls and then put them on the bottom of pies. So when you eat them out, we're now just like nude doxing people. I'm just like, classy guys.
No
Classy guys. Classy.
I mean, even something simple like an Animal House, when John Belushi puts the ladder up to the window, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah. But at the time, you know, they were like, yeah,
no, it was like this sort of frat bro mentality of just like, don't think too hard about it. The humor is drawn from the situation, completely removed entirely from like real life implications. Like they were so, like I said, worried about the joke from their own particular sensibilities that and a lot of 80s comedies were like this. They never really were super considerate about who was maybe on the other end of that joke or how it would read to anyone that maybe had gone through stuff like that. Yeah. And like, don't get me wrong, I'm not here to moral police films. Like
For sure.
Like
It was a different time.
different time.
Yeah.
And you know, it's one of those things to where there's always, I think, a tactful way that you can do certain stuff like that. Like for instance, I'm not gonna sit there and like ride or die on like blackface as like the pinnacle of comedy, but I'll defend Tropic Thunder.
Oh yeah.
To the day I die.
That's a weird one too, where nobody's mad about it.
Oh, just give it time, baby. They
I
got,
don't know.
they
Well,
got time.
yeah, okay, but people have brought it up already.
It's true.
Like I think he even talked about it on Joe Rogan. Like Robert Downey Jr. himself talked about it on Joe Rogan's podcast. Granted, no, this was like pretty close to the height of Me Too. Hey, this is sexist. This is racist. Like that. It was around that time. People have raised the question, but nobody was mad about it. You know, I don't know if you've seen all that stuff, but like it has come up.
No, I know people have brought it up, but it's like one of those things to where Tropic Thunder,
Yeah.
in multiple ways. Like it's not just RDJ and Blackface Man. I'm
Right.
talking about like the movie. Essentially, as far as I'm concerned, is like a modern day Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
It takes
Almost like it.
the shots at every single person you possibly could, and not just like. But the thing is about Tropic Thunder, and the reason why I think it's brilliant is because it is the exact opposite of something that's punching down. It's deliberately being self-reflective. Like it's antagonistic towards Hollywood as a system. And Ben Stiller, who, by the way, he holy trinitied it. He directed, wrote, and starred in that
That
movie.
makes me so hard.
Yeah, dude, legendary status. So like that's why anyone that, by the way, talk shit about Ben Stiller, he got that one. No one
I
take
like
that
him
away from
too.
him.
And he's a good actor. Like
I think he's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think he's pretty good. Now, obviously, he did the, like what
End
Vince
of-
Vaughn did. He got,
The
typecasted as like, this one type of role.
Yeah.
He
was in Megamind for like 5 seconds.
Bro, now Megamind,
Peak cinema.
bro, it's peak cinema, but fun fact, when I tried to sneak into a movie theater for a rated R movie, I bought tickets to Megamind because I wanted to see with the boys Due Date. It was shit. But Due Date was Zach Galifianakis and Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, you didn't like that one?
Did not like it, bro. But let me tell you, I only saw the first 30 minutes of it because we got caught. We got caught. They came up and they were just like, hey, gentlemen, let me see your tickets. Me knowing I have a Megamind ticket in my pocket. Nah, man, we're in the wrong. How did I get here? Let's go across the thing. So then we went to go see Megamind, which was great, by the way.
Oh, so you weren't going to see it?
I wasn't going to see Megamind, no.
Dude.
So it was actually one of those beautiful things to where a movie that I actually found myself finding painfully mid. Like to the point to where like I was kind of regretting the fact that we even bought tickets to see this film. We then got forcibly guided by God to Megamind, and I was like, this is peak.
Like straight up, like, oh, dude, Gary kicked us out of here. And like, there's no Gary working here.
Yeah.
And it's just like, God?
God, yeah, that's right. Yeah. he sent a vision to me like Paul on the road to Damascus. He said Megamind, and I was like, oh my God, you're right.
Yeah. Where was I going with? Okay, we're talking about Ben Stiller, Adam Sandler. Where was I? I had a connective tissue. I promise I did, but now it's gone. I don't know. We hit some chords here now, as we've been doing with this whole episode. I don't even know what to title this one, dude.
I'm gonna be honest, man. We're probably gonna hit 80 different topics, so you might as well just.
Next episode, I'd like to go Halloween theme, so I might have to flip the order of when these come out because Halloween was yesterday.
Yeah.
So let me see here. What's coming up that you are so excited for?
Oh, dude, you already know Avatar 3, baby. I am a ride or die James Cameron believer, and I'll say this and take it to the bank. Take it to the bank.
Actually, while we were on break, I actually was like, we could talk about Avatar. So when did you change your mind on the first one?
So it happened.
You hated it.
Yeah. So one, I did like it when I saw it in theaters, but then when you met me, obviously in college, there was a certain, I guess you could say, reevaluation I was doing with a lot of things that I watched when I was younger.
Which you're doing again.
Which I'm doing again now as an older person. It's one of those things where I really do feel like the moment in time and place that you engage with a film is really actually going to speak to what you pull from it, which is why I think reevaluating movies is so important because obviously I'm a different person than I was in 2008. Bro, Obama just became president in 2008, and I was like watching Avatar, and I was like, ugh.
Quick question: do you think he'll switch back if, like, when you're in your 40s? Do you think you'll rewatch these and be like,
Oh, it's always possible. I'm always
not
open.
Avatar, just in general.
Yeah, in general, I'm always open to the idea. That's the thing. Anytime I watch a movie, even if it's something that I loathe entirely, dude. For instance, here's a stinker, and I know it is. I know it is because Rotten Tomatoes loathes entirely, and I hated this movie. It came out in college, and I rewatched it this month because my wife and I, we every Halloween we basically pick a classic Universal monster.
Sure.
So we're talking about Dracula, Frankenstein,
That's
Wolfman, stuff like that, and we'll watch every iteration of them, starting from like the 30s all the way up to like current day.
Sweet Lord have
right?
mercy.
Yeah. So let me tell you, we picked Frankenstein this month because obviously Del Toro's Frankenstein is coming out, right? So we selected Frankenstein, and my man. I see why some people didn't like it. Let's just say I can understand, but if you open your heart to it, I kind of liked Victor Frankenstein.
Oh, no,
Daniel Radcliffe and James McAvoy. Rewatched it, bro. I'm not gonna lie, loathed entirely when I saw it. I rewatched it, and maybe it was because I just got done watching we watched like 20 Frankenstein films, bro.
It's that dude's son, that old director. What's that guy's name?
You're talking about Max Landis is the one who wrote it. It was the son of John Landis, who was, if you don't know John Landis, did Blues Brothers, American Werewolf in London, talking about a goat as far as anyone's concerned.
And whose son is a now also a writer / director.
And I always kind of thought was a burnout. I'm not gonna lie, because he wrote, for instance, American Ultra, which I do not like that much. I think it's kind of mid.
Yeah. He has a style though.
He does have a style. So he wrote 2 movies now that I'll go to bat for.
Sure.
Which is Victor Frankenstein's one. And like I said, anyone's gonna look up Rotten Tomatoes and be like, well, I don't have to listen to this guy about movies opinions ever. It's like he has trash taste, huh? It's good, trust me. But the second one he wrote, which I will swear by, Chronicle.
He
wrote Chronicle.
Who doesn't like Chronicle?
No. Chronicle, most people do. Just most people don't like or know Max Landis wrote Chronicle.
And you're right, I didn't.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to bat, bro. It's got its own bat. That's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie, and also clearly owes Akira tons of money.
Okay, sure. But
it's definitely like an American sort of retelling of Akira in certain ways.
You're crossing into weeb territory, which I will refrain from commenting on. But what's it called? That movie was so good, it almost gave Josh Trank a career.
I know, and then Fan Forsta killed it.
Yeah, which I would have loved a sequel to, but...
Dude, alas. I would have loved the sequel to where it's just Josh Trank and Miles Teller in a room boxing each other, because apparently they wanted to throw down.
Yeah, apparently they hated each other.
Loathed entirely.
But do you think Miles Teller's just a jerk? Because I'm hearing how he was in Whiplash, which I actually still need to see.
Great movie.
Yeah. He's just like that.
So I heard he's kind of no more a jerk, I would say, compared to, how would you call it? He's a lot like Tom Cruise in certain ways. And this is kind of apparent if you hear some of the backstory and talks whenever, obviously, they were on the set of Top Gun Maverick together.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is the kind of cat to where he seems obviously super alphable. He doesn't have these elements of Tom Cruise, right? So Tom Cruise has like a smile that most people just shake his hand. Like he just looks like a well-to-do guy and most people can talk and work with him. But when Tom Cruise sees something snap on a set, like for instance, I don't know if you heard the like chimp out he had during COVID, they were filming, I want to say it was like Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Okay.
Someone didn't have their mask on or like was doing something, and dude, he flipped, bro. He was just like, do you know how many jobs you're about to ruin here right now? If we have to shut down production, he basically just got on him because he was just like, this is a collective effort and you're acting like this is your own personal time and I need you to realize that we're all in this together. That's the kind of cat that Miles Teller I think is. I think when he ever sees something on a set or sees someone who's trying to put themselves above everyone else, he's just like, whoa, what the hell are we doing here? Like we're all trying to make a movie together.
But that's not a bad thing at all.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because like when we're in the police academy, like I didn't want to wear a mask, and that it was like it's either this or we recycle you guys.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, dude, I was like, it's my only chance to be a cop at the time. So I was like, So, I didn't understand it quite back then, but putting it that way, that's a good way to put it. Have you changed your opinion on Rotten Tomatoes? Because back in our day, that was your Bible.
Yeah. So I actually completely have a totally different, I guess you could say, flip in regards to how I view film criticism. Yeah. I think numbered scores, trash. I just don't think it's worthwhile. To me, I also used to have a high propensity.
So why wouldn't you use it at all now?
Largely just because I don't think they provide any context. Like a 6 out of 10 can mean a lot of different things. Like there's a good 6 out of 10 and a like middling 6 out of 10.
No, dude. I don't agree with that. But I'll let you talk.
All that I'm saying is how someone expresses how they felt about something. To me is more valuable than what they would grade it. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, like, this isn't an assignment. I didn't give you one. We watched a movie together. You know what I'm saying? So what I would really want from someone isn't, like, tell me what scenes you liked in it. Tell me what scenes you didn't like in it. Tell me if there's anything that spoke to you, maybe what didn't speak to you. And we'll try to meet somewhere in the middle in terms of the conversation. I feel like so many people are so and I was like this, like I said, very early on, are so close to trying to. It's like you're too worried about grading the paper that you're not actually reading the assignment.
Yeah.
Is what it feels like sometimes.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
And
I
so
that.
like if someone, like if I busted my ass to write this paper right, and suddenly I look at it and all the teacher did was give me a B but no feedback back on the paper, I'll be like, okay, well, yeah, you gave me a score that I can assume I did well on, but like I don't get anything from this. That's not going to make me a better writer.
Sure.
So it's like one of those things where I feel like a lot of people, especially in my heyday, right, we're leaning so hard into how a film critically scored instead of maybe discussing or talking about why that happened, or maybe things could be different. And another thing I absolutely loathe, and I used to do this a lot, is a lot of people, I think, watch movies, and whenever I'm trying to talk to somebody about a movie, a thing that I really can't stand sometimes is whenever I feel like they're talking to me about the movie they wanted to see instead of the movie we just saw.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, it's cool that you can rewrite the scene for this guy to make it better in your head, but like I'm not watching the movie in your head, bro. So like we need to talk about precisely. That's right. Yeah. Now that's a classic Stuckmanized right there.
Which we're gonna go see, which you already saw. You make me sick.
Hey,
I will get you back next year. I'm gonna tell your wife to make you not watch what we're gonna watch together.
Hey, listen. All I had to say, is, did you see the box office? I needed to pull up, bro.
Okay, well that's what all four of us.
It was bombing, bro.
You know what you could do is you could get a ticket to Megamind, so to speak, and then go see something else.
Yeah, you're right.
If you got so much money to give it, just do that.
But yeah, so long story short, I'm not. Don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna just disregard it out of hand because I actually do like talking about how a film was critically received versus audience score.
Sure.
And I'm obviously still super into the inside baseball of box office results.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I'd be watching that stuff. Like
that's why I started the show. Is like, dude, box office, that is worth talking about and dissecting.
Yeah, totally.
To death.
Totally.
Like, why does something flop? Now, it's the real answer is nobody wanted to see it. And then sometimes it's the movie sucked and the critics also killed it too. But there are critically acclaimed films that did not do well.
The Thing, 1982.
You just took the words right out of my freaking mouth, and I hate it when you do that. But it's a funny thing. It's a good quirk you have. But yeah, no. Critically savaged.
Savaged.
Thing. Yeah,
hated it.
Destroyed.
They hated it.
Yeah. And they were like, John Carpenter, he's disgusting. Like if I was him, I think I probably would have just ended my own life, dude, because they attacked him hard.
And what's crazy is he loved the original movie.
Yeah.
And they sandbagged him. They were just like, this is an insult to the original movie. I'm just like, man, how many times have we seen that play out, in modern day? Like, just one of the earliest examples, I think, of like a bunch of people who were galvanized by an original product because the new one was so drastically different, either dirtier or like more obscene than what they were aware of.
Shame.
Dude, yeah, it is, because it's easily some of the greatest practical effects I think ever presented to the
of all
screen.
time.
Yeah.
Like, period. Like, I should have gotten what's his face, David. Who plays the black guy in that one?
You're thinking of the Arbiter, Keith David.
Keith David. He was at Dallas Fan Expo, which I don't know if you've ever been, bro, but I should have brought the Thing Blu-ray and had him sign it. I don't know what the hell I wasn't thinking. I only had Tom Wilson on my brain, but
hey, man. Were it so easy? No, I love Keith David, bro. Keith David's legendary. You've seen the animated Spawn show, yeah?
No, I need to watch that.
You should. Yeah. Keith David voices Spawn, and he's really
I actually
awesome.
kind of just want to read the comics, to be honest.
That's fair.
You. Yeah,
that's fair. I'll tell you what. You should do both. The show's really good, bro. I'm not
Does it
gonna
actually follow the comics?
Yeah.
Or
dude, it opens with like a cold open of Todd McFarlane basically being like, this is gonna be awesome. Yeah. We worked really hard on this. Yeah. I hope y'all enjoyed seeing it.
Well, I'm all for doing something different. I'm all for not following the comics as long as it copies the essence and spirit of like, let's just take Spawn. If it's Spawn, like, oh, this is like what the guy who wrote Spawn initially would approve of. Like, it's a new story, but it is Spawn doing his thing. Oh, I'm so down.
Well, this came out in the like late '90s, bro. So like,
it's old.
Yeah, it's old, brother. It's old. And let me tell you, it has that classic hand-drawn animation. Amazing.
That's cool.
Amazing.
Okay. How long is it?
It's, I want to say, 2 seasons.
Okay, I need to watch that then.
You should, bro. Like, I'm telling you, it'll rock your mind. Like, you'll see some of the animation, you'll be like for me, one of the greatest syndicated animated shows, which was actually marketed towards kids, was Batman the Animated Series. Love it. And there's like a phenomenal atmosphere and dark vibe to that show. And Spawn has the luxury of being just hard rated R. So tons of blood. Tons of nudity, just absolutely all the dark sort of demented stuff that you would expect from Spawn.
I don't need animated titties, but it's fine. it was a good. I'm sure it works in the show just fine.
Oh yeah, for me, it's more of the nudity is an obvious expansion of the general depravity that Spawn's dealing with. Like the individuals he's dealing with are either like lowbrow degenerates or like high end just antisocial monsters, that obviously demonize and sexually abuse people. So like those are some core tenets. How Spawn himself has right, you don't know anything really about Spawn.
No,
I would assume, right?
I kind of played the game.
Oh, interesting. Well, at least you didn't say the movie.
No, I'm sorry. I did see the old film.
Oh,
yeah.
That was not great.
I know who Violator is. I know kind of what he is. So I didn't realize he was in the movie. I didn't know that was him.
No, yeah.
But
that movie's pretty bad, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but
dude, you want another just classic idea that got remade? Did you watch The Crow, bro? The Crow remake that they did.
But we did go watch the old one because we were gonna watch the new one, but then the critics killed it. For me, and it killed all momentum. But I like the original.
The original's great.
It's so good.
Yep, it's awesome.
It's a good movie.
Shame what happened.
Yeah. He died in the opening scene, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
I had to look that up because I was like, what part did he die? He died action, like frame one, like poof, oh fudge, we killed him.
Yeah. It was crazy. Alec Baldwin was nowhere near the set.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We that's episode 1 of this show too. We brought that up. I was
what,
like,
Alec Baldwin?
Yeah.
Dude, do you see the
I hate him.
Yeah, he's not great.
No.
Isn't it crazy how he looks really normal in Beetlejuice 1? He looks like he looks like a real person, and then like he turns into Alec Baldwin. I was like, I don't know if that's the coke. I don't know what did it.
Turn into Trump, but
yeah, dude, I don't like terrible. Loathe entirely.
Yeah. The guy from I talked about this a few episodes ago. The guy from Ned's Declassified. He was supposed to be in Rust, and this was like his second big break.
Wow, really?
He hasn't done anything since then.
Yeah,
and that's why he had to start his podcast because nobody was giving him work, and he's like, finally I'm back in movies, and it was Rust, and then Alec Baldwin killed his career by literally killing somebody.
That's
tough. I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, dude. I just want to hug you.
To me, I'll be honest. That's a sign I don't need to be in Hollywood, man. I'm like, oh, they dropping people trying to film me? I'm out. And he got away with it.
They wouldn't have killed the writer.
Yeah.
The script sucks.
Bro, you could have just rewrote it.
Yeah. I was taking feedback. Nah.
Oh, here. So, obviously kind of a bit of a swerve. But speaking of writing, you could always not write a movie. And a perfect example of this would be
Lost in the last 2 seasons.
No, I'm thinking about movies. I'm thinking about movies made during a specific writing strike. I'm thinking about Quantum of Solace, and I'm thinking about Revenge of the Fallen, both of which are bad. Not good.
Well, I wonder if I would like the Transformers films upon rewatching, because some of my guys that I watch on YouTube are like critically reassessing those.
Yeah, you'll like the first one, bro. I'll be honest. I rewatched Transformers 1, the OG.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Transformers 1. You know what I mean. Transformers, Michael Bay's 07 film. That movie's really good, man.
Yeah.
I think not only is it really good, but they use black magic for the CG, just like all 2000s movies did.
Yeah. Quality.
It's quality, bro. And not just that, but like a lot of the elements that later get, I think, dialed up into self-parody come to sequels are a bit more. I'm not going to say they're not just as on the nose as they were in the sequel films, but it definitely feels like there's a bit more of I almost want to call it, how would I even refer to it as? Foundational building blocks to storytelling that Michael Bay really hits on in regards to like, what does legacy mean? What does it mean to actually come of age in regards to repeating the past mistakes or maybe learning from them in terms of, dude, just watch the first movie. I'm telling you might appreciate it in a far better light. I know I did.
But you think I won't like the second one?
Probably not. Listen, dude, with an open heart, I tried to watch Revenge of the Fallen again.
I believe
you. And it was something about the Fembot 1000 in college sequence. I was like, I don't know. And then John Turturro's character, who I thought was like all right in the first movie, comes back and he just makes me want to die with. Yeah, just no. For me, they start diminishing returns super hard.
What about 3 though?
So same thing. Like elements that are improved from 2 are then detracted from the fact that we kind of like how how I was saying I hate it when a movie hurts you for trying to think about the previous movie you just watched.
Yeah.
So like the whole core essence of the second movie was Michaela and I are going to make this work. But because of Michael Bay and what's her name, Megan Fox had like a falling out, she's not in the third movie, and now he's just with some other girl. And I'm just like, guys, I get the whole like guy meets girl, they go steady type thing is played out, sure. But like if you're going to run that gambit, don't then just like write it out of the story and then have him run another one of those off screen to then just like have that dynamic in the movie. Like I think that's lazy.
Somebody pointed out too, like she was clearly supposed to be Megan Fox's character.
Yes.
They didn't even bother.
Didn't bother even rewriting it. Yeah, correct.
Just
so
the name.
So yeah, any elements that it may improve upon because I will admit, Dark of the Moon factually has a script. Revenge of the Fallen did not.
Sure.
They made up Devastator's nuts sack that you see clinging together. That was all from the brainchild of Michael Bay.
Peak cinema.
Yeah, dude, that was something. I'm under the robot's testicles, but dude, please stop.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, nah. And I'll tell you what though, Dark of the Moon's better than the one with Marky Mark.
That's a whole nother can of worms, but we are out of time, actually. The camera shut off again. We hit another 30 minutes. And just let me tell you, Ronnie, it flew by. I appreciate you hopping on the show today.
Oh,
and
absolutely,
boy,
man.
I sure can't wait to see you again next week. Oh, the camera's off. Sorry. Can't wait to see you next week, man, when you join us. We talk about Halloween for once. You know, it's going to be exciting.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. Please, anytime you want to have me on, it'd be a genuine pleasure.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. Thanks for... We'll see you next time.
See you next time, bro.